Well, hello, and welcome back to another exciting edition of Coffee with Stephen, the end of the year blog. All right, so this year, the 1st of January comes out on Wednesday, which coincides with the release of the blog. Many of you will actually end up watching this video a couple of days before the 25th, but, so be it. Like most institutions that, tend to pontificate the closing of 2024 and they do a recap, we tend to buck the trend. Rather than looking back on 2024, we tend to look forward to 2025. Now, in this particular blog, I've done it a little bit differently. I talk about the fact that Western civilizations tend to be very linear in their concept of time progression. It's one of the reasons why we tend to look at the beginning of the new year as being sort of a continual progressional chain in the years that have followed. Aboriginal cultures tend to be different. They tend to see things very cyclical. And in the blog, I endeavor to sort of fuse the two concepts together. And this isn't anything particularly new. I reference Italian Renaissance painters that focused on not only biblical allegories, which was consistent since the church was a major component of life during the early Renaissance, but also looking back on classical mythology. Many of the great painters did incredibly exquisite works of the Annunciation and the birth of Christ. But then they also did exquisite paintings of Venus and Mars and Zeus, right? So there's this interesting combination, and I try to, like I said, I try to fuse those together as we look at both the cyclical nature of history along with the linear progression. As you can imagine, as I typically don't do, I don't come to any predictions or conclusions, although for those astute readers who read the blog, I do talk about Julius Caesar crossing the Rubicon and the impact that had in Western civilization, to Donald Trump retaking his post behind the Resolute desk in this January 2025 as he begins his second term, and what type of implications that has for Western civilization going forward. In any event, I do hope you have a happy and productive new year. I hope you enjoy the blog, and as always, train constantly, train consistently, train repetitively, and train with purpose. Above all else, stay safe.